Hello, everyone. I'm Jim Frazer, Vice President of Smart Cities here at ARC Advisory Group, and I welcome you to our session on IoT and smart lighting platforms, the dramatic impacts of IoT in that domain. As many of you may know or may not know, ARC has developed a smart city practice. It's been developed starting about 5 years ago, and in the last 2 or 3 years has been populated by a range of experts in a variety of smart city domains. We have Edward Fiedler here today, who focuses on transportation, Epan Jacob on building automation, Larry O'Brien on cybersecurity and smart city platforms, Alex Chatta focuses on smart buildings and smart cities, Rick Risch is our energy analyst. He's done some tremendous work about off-grid generation, wind, photovoltaic, as well as nuclear power plants. Wasay Rashid focuses on rail transportation, and Rob D'Angelo is our Director of Services. So what's driving the smart lighting market? Well, there is a digital transformation in the lighting industry. No longer do we have analog bulbs and analog ballasts. Everything now, frankly, is digital. Digital drivers for power, digital lighting sources like LED. And in fact, that LED technology is driving some incredible improvements, as most of us know. It's not only efficient, meaning giving energy savings, but it's also very effective in that it lasts a long time and very often gives a much better quality of light to whatever application you're attempting to achieve. And of course, LED has a life cycle that is much beyond legacy applications of lighting. In the street lighting domain, you may have touched a street light every 2 or 3 years to replace a bulb, a ballast. Well, LED street lighting fixtures today are warranted to 10 years, and in many cases, they can last quite a bit longer. So, the real digital transformation, though, of IoT and lighting is that once we do deploy an LED light source, be it outdoor in a street light or indoor in a big box store or a shopping mall or a college campus, is that on average, you're going to save 60, 70, maybe even 80% of your energy usage. Well, that same copper conductor is still there. So now you have a power source to power something else. What might that something else be? It could be Wi-Fi, it could be a camera system, it could be a range of all types of things. It could be a security system. There's just a lot of opportunities to create business cases around powered things out there in the world. The other magical piece of that is that lighting is everywhere. If we look around, even this room, look at all those light fixtures, and every single one could be a sensor. Where can you not look and see a light fixture that could have some type of embedded intelligence and communications with it? So of course, these are used in many applications to monitor people or shoppers in a store, inventory in a warehouse, and even increasingly vehicles, with even the advent of connected and autonomous vehicles. So, lighting really is a foundational backbone for control of many different things that, frankly, are not all that connected to the world of lighting. And drilling down a little bit into the technology is that once you have an intelligent device embedded in that lighting fixture, it does need to communicate, and it can communicate over some proprietary language, but increasingly interoperability and open protocols are more important. So some of those I've listed here in terms of Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, LTE, LoRaWAN. DSRC is a connected vehicle protocol that is starting to become embedded into streetlights, so that presence or absence of a pedestrian and or a connected vehicle could actually alter the lighting level of the streetlight. Because if there's no pedestrian and no car, do I really even need a streetlight? 5G is obviously coming soon, and there are a range of proprietary solutions. I did touch on interoperability. For true and full interoperability, ISO defines 7 layers of interoperability, 7 layers of their interoperability stack. We don't need to go through all 7, but the lowest one really is the physical layer. So in my vernacular, it's the plug must match the socket, like a USB plug. And at the highest level, it's the application layer. So that's your HTML inside your browser, or a language. The application layer can't be none of those layers can be ambiguous. So you can't say the application layer is alphanumeric code, because I might speak French and you might speak English, or someone speaks Spanish, and the character sets are close, but the language is not. So you really need to have something that's unambiguous on all 7 of those OSI layers. So what's happening to the lighting market? It's growing very quickly because there are these tremendous enhancements of embedded edge technology and communications and logic out there in the field. And you don't need to now pay and raise the capital to go and pull wire to all these things, because you already have a power source just about every place you see a light source today. This communications is leading to some interesting partnerships between telecom providers and lighting providers, both indoor and outdoor, particularly with the advent of smart poles, which we'll probably hear from some of our speakers and panelists a little later today. So with that, do we have any questions before I introduce our speakers?